So I've been meaning to get to this for quite some time anyway. We have tripods just all over Layton Lakes from the previous Great One grind, and as we've kind of started to set up for the current one, I can't really place new tripods, and I've just sort of not gotten around to going and actually collecting them all. And rather than just do it during whitetail drink time, I thought we'd try different times, just sort of see what's on our Layton map. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be running around pretty much trying to not fast travel that much, but still run from tripod to tripod and pick them all up. And we'll kind of see, like I said, what's out here. But all that out of the way, how's everybody's long weekend going? How's everybody's Monday? What's up, bottom boy? TTV's in here, Popper's in here. Why did Kyla change your Twitch name? There was I think someone maybe didn't know that she was my girlfriend or something, and referred to her as the girl under the tree in the turkey hunting video that we did. So it's just a goofy little joke with that. Are you excited for a new map? I'm excited for anything new in Call of the Wild in general. It's been... Am I correct in saying it's been since December? Was there a smaller content update? There was. It was the Bloodhounds. But it wasn't quite the same. Like, as good as they are, and I like them a lot, it wasn't quite the same as like a new species or a new weapon pack or anything like that. So I am quite excited to get anything new. Austin just got an albino fallow deer. Nice, dude. Was it a buck by chance? Missed anything good? Nothing so far. Just getting started. Like I was saying, we're going to be going ahead and picking up pretty much, hopefully, as many as we can, if not all of the tripods from our previous Great One grind, and just having them there to be able to place for the new one. Is that going to spawn us? That's annoying. So it would spawn us on the other side. I see you, Hunter Man. We need a new weapon and lodge also? Yeah, November 2019, I believe, was Zeka Safari. Is that correct? I guess it would be. Because we started, we started our new lodge around February of 2020 because that's when the new scoring system came out. It's been too long. I really, really think we do need a new lodge. By the way, that's kind of a decent duck. I'm gonna probably be struggling, well, for one, to have a scope on my gun. That would be pretty cool. Can I even... Excuse me. What was that? Is there any chance that I can hit this? It got pretty far away on us. Alright. Well, that's one of the struggles I'm going to have, but what I was going to say is I'm probably going to be struggling with aiming today. I've got something going on with my right click on my mouse, and rather than getting a new mouse or whatever, I've switched the way that my aiming controls are, so I have it on toggle instead of hold down, and I'm sure we're going to get like a bunch of this stuff where I keep doing that. I'll get it together eventually, but wanted to, you know, get that out of the way early. Dragon today. Jazzy and her sister, or my sister-in-law, didn't get off till 8. Oh dear. Didn't fall asleep till it was daylight. I was sitting in the woods getting bamboozled by turkeys again by that time. Just started Classic recently. Tips for that. If you've played Call of the Wild, generally I would say you want to be a little slower than you move in Call of the Wild. Move around slow, and listen for calls. Animals calling out is the easiest and I would say most frequent way to locate them. And if you're hunting deer, especially because you start with that bleak color, once you hear a deer call out, you'll be able to ID it on the hunter mate. That's a max weight moose track. Yeah, you can ID it, and assuming, like I said, you have that bleak call with it, you can call it in. Alright, moose this early. Feed, I think. Very fresh. Now, the point of the stream was not to go and track random things, so I hope we can just easily locate it. Does it double click for you as well? My mouse is broken. This way it's annoying to scope. Yeah, it doesn't necessarily double click, but for the entirety of Call of the Wild's existence, you know, coming up on 4.5 years now, I've, like, right-clicked and held to aim, and then just releasing the right-click would scope down, and that's really nice for trying to be efficient and move around quickly. But it's almost like I'm getting another input, or something happens, and it just pulls my binoculars to scope down randomly, and during Friday's Twitch stream, that cost me a couple of times. Thought I saw him there. What the? Okay, 180 glitch, all the things. I have the 303 today. Mostly due to inventory, you know, capacity restrictions. But as long as we can go for hard shots, that'll be fine. I did corpse. I didn't get to read all of that. I saw you said that your dad hunted with a bear bow, I believe, so I'm guessing you've bow hunted before, but might as well ask just so I'm certain, have you? It was nice spotting, boy. It was a little chilly, but the same birds that have been giving me the runaround for a couple of weeks now, I thought I was finally set up in a way that I was going to get them. Today's the last day, by the way, and just didn't come together. So I got this evening after the stream here, and that's going to be it. 246, that's a 582 kg moose. Just kind of lame antlers, to be honest. No cash. What's up, Kyla? I don't know if you can actually hear me, but hi regardless. Pretty big male. It's not a bad way to start the stream. I'm just glad we spotted him there and managed to take him out. And that, really, despite the fact that he's not a diamond or a rare, that is the entire point and goal and concept behind this stream. Instead of doing a whitetail drink time as we're picking up all these tripods, why not just hunt other times and see what's out here? And certainly I had no idea that moose was running around, so that was good. Gotcha, corpse. Been a minute. You know, I would like to say that shooting a bow is like riding a bike and that you'd never forget it, but honestly, I don't know. I don't know. I haven't gone any long periods of time. I mean, if I go from fall to, you know, say late spring or summer, I don't know if that's long enough that it could even compare, but I've generally been able to hit quite well, just like immediately again. Alright, these tripods are actually kind of okay, so I want to leave them. It's mostly like old ones that I no longer want in those spots that we're going to pick up. All my level 4 moose antlers are garbage looking. Something, you know, maybe it's just been bad luck for a lot of people lately, but I swear there's something up where there's more uneven racks than there used to be. Like, people are getting a lot of uneven great ones all of a sudden. We've had quite a number of uneven diamonds. Something that is not in a video just yet. I'm not even sure when that video is going to come out. But I just shot something with uneven horns that I've never even seen before. I thought they were relatively rare, and maybe that's the case, but managed to get one despite that. Bonnie, thanks for becoming a channel member, by the way. Kyla's in here posting the Discord chat despite being busy. Thank you so much. Or Discord link in chat, I should say. Bonnie, if you're not in the Discord already, go ahead and join that. Like I said, Kyla has it in chat. Link up your YouTube, get the member role, take advantage of the good stuff that comes along with that, and enjoy the green name and emojis in chat as well. I don't think we actually need to stick around here, but I wanted to see what was in the area. Lots of small males, that's what I'm seeing. Should we kill that? I think we should kill that. It's a decent enough buck. This is a traditionally good area. That was my mouse failing right there, by the way. We've shot a lot of diamond blacktail here, so respawn is probably smart. What's up, John? Been a while since I caught a stream. Nice to catch one. Good to have you here, man. Hope you're having a good day. Do you have any tips for hunting lynx? I would hunt them in their drink time. Most species that drink at night, I actually don't hunt in their drink time, so wild boar or wildebeest would be a pretty decent example of that. But those smaller animals that during their rest or feed times can so easily hide in brush, I would just hunt them at their drink time. So lynx drink 19 to 2300. And yeah, run around the lakes, try to spot their zones. Same as everything else from there, but really, I would recommend the high-tech hunting pack, but of all of the small predator species that drink at night, lynx are the one that you probably need at least, just because Medved's always snowy, you know, a little better lighting, which is quite useful. Nice little gold blacktail in the process here. You know where we need to go is Chila. I actually need to move a tripod. That one over there is just not good. Corpse, honestly, I assume you're talking about Call of the Wild. They really need to redo the waterfowl hunting in this game. It's so well done in Classic. Why they didn't adopt that same system, I have no idea. But it just doesn't even compare. This might be one instance where we're leaving a tripod and picking up another one. Because I think this is a spot that we have a bunch of whitetail herds. There's 2 or 3 that drink on the far side there. So if we just... coyote track. If we just leave a tripod pretty much as far up this way as we can get it. Where do I have those? Slot 1. Easy enough. Put it right there. Hopefully that can be good use for us. Woke up 2 minutes ago. I might fall back asleep any minute. Good morning and good night if that's the case. You got a 233 feral goat? I was not aware they got that big. I can't roll that out because I know they go into the 220s. Do you have a screenshot of that anywhere? I'm curious. Spooked something. Don't know what that was. What is classic system for waterfowl hunting? It's just the entire thing. It's going to be hard for me to describe, but essentially, the kind of premise is that flocks of ducks or geese fly over, and I'm going to call them in an unbroken form. And what that means is, you know, say geese, they're flying in their V pattern, or in the case of ducks, they're just flying in their flock, but you can't spot them. They can't be hit. They're just there. Now, the way that you get them to the point that you can spot them and hit them and, you know, all that stuff is by calling. And if you can get them to break from the flock, they'll come down to your decoys, they'll kind of circle around, and it's all way smoother. Like, if you watch when you're calling in geese, for instance, in Call of the Wild, they'll make like 90-degree turns in midair, just like weird stuff that shouldn't be able to happen. And yeah, I don't quite understand why all that stuff just isn't on Classic's level. I mean, I'm gonna say Rougarou Bayou was 2013 or 14 in Classic. Like, they had close to 5 years between ducks in Classic and ducks in Call of the Wild, and ducks in Classic have always been better. I just wish they would go with that system. It works well. Do I read each and every chat? I do my best to read as much as I can. Sometimes even when I'm answering other questions, I'll, you know, catch the chats that are going by, as I did in the case of that one. But I definitely don't get to read them out loud. That said, appreciate you. Hope you're having a good day. Are you ready for deer season? I guess. I mean, I'm excited for it to get here. I wouldn't say I'm ready. I have a lot to do between now and then, but I'm looking forward to getting back out. Turkey season's been, as much as it's been unbelievably frustrating, it's been just getting to go out with the camera again and try to, you know, film everything. The amount of young bucks I've seen, by the way, is super encouraging. But yeah, it's just got me excited for it. Can you stream Primal? I think I may stream that sometime soon again on Twitch. I'm really not sure what to do about that, what's it called? The battle-worn T-Rex. I still haven't killed it, and I basically can't progress in the game from this point, so I may, if I get the chance. So turkey season ends tonight. I'm going to get out here after the stream, and then suddenly I have way more free time during the week. So maybe if I have videos ready to go, maybe I'll fire up a Primal stream. I really did enjoy streaming it during the 12-hour. It's a lot of fun. It's a good game to stream because there's generally stuff happening. Stakes are fairly high. If you get killed, you basically got to find your way back to your equipment. Otherwise, you'll lose everything that you had. But yeah, I enjoy it. Why are you collecting tripods? I should actually say, by the way, I don't know, those of you that are modding the stream, if you got to see it in Discord, I added a purpose command, so just !purpose, to explain that, just to make you guys' lives easier in case I'm not seeing such questions. But the reason that we're collecting tripods is I have probably like 30 that are around this map. A bunch of them are like up here that we gotta go and get, but they're from the previous Great One grind, and they're just not in the position of where my whitetail zones are currently. And I've got like the limit on the map, so I can't just put new ones up. I have to go and get these old ones so that we can put new ones in the right spots. So I figured in the process, we would just sort of run around and hunt, and we already killed a really, really nice moose to start, so doing different times instead of wait-till times just kind of gives us a better idea of what's out here. Just killed a 50 scoring albino lion. That would be max score. You should post that in Discord. Corey, thank you for the super chat, by the way. Appreciate you. We should do a 12-hour stream on the 12th of each month. 12-hour streams are quite taxing. It's a lot to stream for 12 hours. We're definitely going to be doing more. I can't say once a month is a thing that's ever going to happen, though. No such big males. This is why I'm considering taking this tripod down. I just don't get anything here anymore. No whitetail, no blacktail. I mean, there's a couple, but not to the point that it's worth the tripod, so... how have I done this? Seriously. How did I do that? Of all the things to do, I got... Hold on. That might be the weirdest glitch I've seen regarding tree stands and tripods. Anyway, let's go ahead. I think we'll start here and just run all of Calburn. We're pretty much taking all these tripods with us. There you go, bottom boy. What's up, Dylan? Glad you can make it. My shifts at work are 12 hours. I understand how taxing that could be. It's a long time to, you know, be able to stay, like, lively and stuff, I guess is probably the best way to phrase that. Not that it's not enjoyable. It's just a lot of energy and stuff and preparation has to go into it. Boy, really is duck game today. And now we get to wait. Do you play Red Dead? Did you finish your 7th playthrough? Are you playing the story through? Like the entire story? I haven't even done the story actually. I'm like something around level or rank, whatever they call it. I think I'm over 100 in online, but I haven't played it in... How long have we been partner on Twitch? I haven't played it in approximately that long. I was going to do some streams looking for the legendary animals, and for one, we got partners, so I sort of was less inclined to do those extra streams because they were Red Dead. But also, I got the specific legendary that I wanted, and I don't even remember what it was called, Snowflake Moose or something like that. Yeah, I've got a couple hundred hours in it. What's up, Hello? Hunter, thank you for the super chat, by the way. Let's go ahead and claim this duck so we can be on our way. How's your day going? Yesterday night I got an albino whitetail. It's all because of you. Thank you so much. And for our stream as well. Well, welcome, man. Hope you're enjoying it so far. And congrats on the albino as well. Day is going pretty good. I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning for turkey hunting reasons and going back out tonight, but definitely can't complain about getting to go. Do you just find albinos by chance? They are entirely random, yes. Is Hunter Primal? Hello? Hold on. Scope, please. Alright. This is going good. Yep. There it is. Only took 4 rounds. Anyway, is the Hunter Primal worth it even if I'm used to console games? I mean, I've got now... Let me look to make sure I'm not lying to you, but I believe about 50 hours. 55 hours, in fact. And I'm still enjoying it for one. I don't know, like, okay. Here's the deal with the Hunter Primal. It is no longer available on Steam. From what I've been told, you can get keys from, like, third-party sites, and I think the site was called G2A that a couple people got it from once I started making videos on it, because I guess, you know, that put the game on their radar. Basically, they said they found a seller with like over 95% reputation or whatever it was called, rating maybe, and they got their key and it works. So I believe those were around 15 bucks if you were to do that. And I should say, if you're using a third-party site to get a game key, there is always a chance of like a scam or whatever, so just be aware of that. But if 15 bucks is the number, 55 hours, like, for me, that's easily worth it. I got here at the end of the ducks conversation. I sensed the word duck. Is there news about them? Somebody just mentioned ducks, and I sort of had my small little expression of disappointment with how the waterfowl system works. How do you get the Hunter Primal? I need to do like a... I don't know that I want to do a how to purchase the game guide, because then I'm recommending a thing that can potentially lead to scams or whatever, so I'm not sure how to approach that, but I do intend to do like a save file guide here. With turkey season being over again, I'm actually going to have time to do things again, which is going to be great. Tips for mountain goat grinding? I really haven't done much with the grind that I started, I don't know, is that a couple of weeks ago now? The biggest thing is finding all their zones, and then if you don't know where they drink, the video that I just did on them, like the specific mountain goat grind video, at the very end, I showed like every spot the mountain goat can drink. So if you want an idea of where to look, that end of that video will show you. And yeah, like grinding any other species. Set up your tents and tripods, you know, find a way to make it as quick as possible, as efficient as possible, and go to town, shoot all the males. 112 likes, look at us go. 22 minutes in, already hitting the big male like numbers. Nice, Shadow. I'm from Serbia. In my country, when hunters go to hunt, we say, have a good eye and steady hands. I like that. Oh, didn't even see those. I like that. Is that like a general, most or all hunters say that? Ever since, there's a couple of things actually that they're less universal, or you know, I guess they're just a specific thing to stuff that my dad says. But when my dad would take both me and my brother hunting, when he'd get us, you know, a shot opportunity, we'd get something lined up, he would always say aim good before we would shoot. Sort of same idea. Not good English, but same idea. Oh, that's not a tripod, that's a ground blind. What am I doing? That's the tripod. I do like this one, but it's not much use to us anymore. I don't even have the tent here. Yeah, we're gonna take that one down. It's just not needed. Do blinds also reduce hunting pressure? Tree stands, tripods, ground blinds, towers, any of the structures that you can enter do in fact reduce pressure. And by the way, using bows also reduces pressure. What's up, Sam? What species do you find enjoyable to grind for? I think... what now? Oh, this must be a different color. I guess that one's gonna stay. Anyway, I think for me it's the ones that I'm gonna call them mid-sized game. The ones that you can shoot like a lot of and bring them down with like a 30-06. So whitetail, mountain goat would be good. Red deer kind of on the upper end of that, but like those kind of animals. And I think that's why, for one, I was able to get the great one as quickly as I was, but also why I enjoyed that process to the degree that I did. Because it didn't feel like... what's the word for that? It didn't feel like I was having to put in too much, like, undue time tracking or whatever. It was mostly, like, making my shots, and I always felt like I was making progress. No worries, Dylan. I won't go anywhere, I promise. I shall be here. Of course, Corpse. I remember being a guest in Classic, and all I wanted, which this makes a lot, or rather, very little sense the more I learned about the game, but all I wanted was to win a comp and buy the grunt collar. I believe the EM value for stuff back then was different. I'm pretty sure it cost like 40, and winning a comp would get you 100. I might be wrong about that, but I think that was the numbers. Anyway, I finally killed a big mule deer buck. Classic guest at that time, could only hunt mule deer. I got a 233, and it was like the day between the two big, like biggest mule deer buck comps. I never did ever even place in a comp as a guest, but I shot 2 over 230. Sad day. Your slacking is forgiven, Kylie. You're busy. I still don't know if you can hear me. Just saying the Dolphins are going to have a top 5 wide receiver core this year. Define top 5 wide receiver core, because I refuse to believe that Tua is going to make them top 5 interceptions, yards, or touchdowns. But if you mean talent-wise, I'll give you that. See, bottom boy's with me. What was the thing? Didn't something... What happened? Oh, the Julio Jones trade, for one, is, that whole Shannon Sharp deal was ridiculous, but that I'm intrigued to see what happens with. But wasn't there like a big quarterback movement? Also, tomorrow's going to be a big day. I think we're going to see maybe that Julio Jones trade, like I said, but some other pretty big trades. I didn't. Honestly, bottom boy, that never registered to me. Well done. What's the biggest mule deer diamond you've killed? Not counting the ugly backwards racks, because they score the highest for some reason. I had like a 338 wide rack on the 24-hour stream, actually. It was a really cool moment to kill a big male like that, actually, you know, on a different kind of stream, a super long stream. Here we go. Listen, Acid, I'm just saying. If you can define your terms here, I'll give you that. But you're going to have, like, let's see. If the Cowboys are terrible at stopping people again on defense, Prescott's going to throw for 12,000 yards. So that's just naturally going to make CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper, and who's their third? It's not the guy... God, what was his name even? I don't know. They have a decent third, too. It's like number 19. Michael Gallup, pretty sure. Anyway, you got those guys. You got probably Brady's receivers are going to be up there. Like, there's so many just high-caliber passing offenses, and I don't think the Dolphins are that. Nice, Kylo. Yeah, probably shouldn't have gone with that one, bottom boy. How do you get the Howls? It is, excuse me, getting thundered upon. It's a DLC. I think it's $3.99. Once you buy the DLC, you can go into like the storage, like the lockers. There's a kennel section. Click on that, buy your dog, set him as active, and you're good to go. I love your streams. Keep up the good work. I will definitely do my best. Thank you. Talent-wise, the Dolphins definitely have a top 5 receiver core. Who all do they even have now? I used to be so much better at knowing, like, every team's at least skill position guys. I feel like I'm just not as with it anymore with all that stuff. I think Zeke could be good with an offensive line. Well, I mean, he used to be. When they had just the, if not the #1 line in the league, when they had one of the best, Zeke was just tearing it up. I seem to recall him just gashing the Steelers after... I don't remember how that worked. I think they'd gotten into field goal range or something. But anyway, it was the Roethlisberger's fake spike that ultimately didn't win them the game. What's up, winners? Glad you can make it, dude. Hope you're having a good day. Do you think we'll get a new map reveal tomorrow? I think it'll be soon. I don't know about tomorrow, but I don't think we're too far away from finding out what they have cooking there, because we're getting hints, we're getting like all the stuff that they're posting in the Call of the Wild clue section of the official Discord. If you're not in there, that chat is insane with theories and, you know, everybody like clue hunting and stuff, which is really cool to see the community coming together for one cause, essentially. Yeah, would recommend getting in there and taking a look at that, but I can't imagine it's too far off. Honestly, bottom boy, I'll take your fantasy football and raise you playing a ton of Madden. That's how I used to learn it. That said, we need to have a community fantasy football league of some sort. I've always wanted to do it, And then what happens is, it's like the night before the week 1 opener, and I don't have a league together, so it just doesn't work. So don't let me fail this year. I'm putting all of that on you for some reason. I apologize for that. What's up, Rebecca? And good to hear, winners. I like that there's coyote tracks everywhere. I do want to, at some point, we may do it today, like the second half of our running around picking up tripods. I want to go back and do like an evening hunt here again, because I shot so many coyotes, it was insane. Remember when the Saints forced a fumble on Juju? I don't think it was in field goal range, but it was meant to be essentially the game-winning drive. Not only did they do that, they did the same to Heath Miller, maybe about 10 years prior. Heath Miller, his entire career, would catch a pass, minus his like 80-yard random touchdown. I don't remember how that happened. He would catch like a 4-yard out route or something, run forward, take a hit around the waist, kind of run the guy over and fall forward. The one time I've ever seen him fight for yards was against the Saints on a potential game-winning drive, and he fumbled. 'Twas rough. Alright, let me read this. Will Fuller, Devontae Parker, Jalen Waddle, Mike Gesicki, Preston Williams, Alan Hearns. Oh, I forgot about Alan Hearns. And Albert Wilson. I knew he was there. Yeah, talent-wise, they're there. It depends how they would try to quantify that. That number of talented receivers, there may be too much spreading the ball around for them to ultimately get like a top 5 ranking. Talent-wise, they have a lot, though. That's kind of what the Steelers look like. And you've got guys like James Washington, who just doesn't get the targets he probably deserves to get. He's been a really solid receiver every time he's in there. Both of those are big. That or I shot the wrong one. Both are likely. That guy's gonna escape. Alright. Hope the one we got was decent as well. Anyway, they've had Juju, James Washington, Deontay Johnson, Claypool, and I swear there's another younger guy, and they keep on having really solid like younger receivers, but they always end up elsewhere. It was sort of like, oh, speaking of guys that played in the NFL quite some time ago, I saw Bottom Boy. Tebow looks about the size of an NFL tight end. Oh, didn't shoot the right one in the slightest. Cool. That's an accident, but it's fine. Go over here and get this tripod. Shot a level 7 mounted gray wolf yesterday. Nice, dude. Is that on console only, Hunter Man, or is that also on PC? Come here. Oh, the tripods. Alright, I don't think we have any... Oh, we do. I don't even know what that's doing there, but we'll go and get that one as well. What's up, Scarecrow? You knew I shot the female? I had no idea. Thought I shot the right one. And then I was like, wow. 2 really high estimate ones? What are the odds? Not good enough to actually happen. Duck aim indeed. What do you do? Pittsburgh always had a good receiving core. I'm curious what's going to happen, because they had quite a solid receivers coach, but for my entire life, there's been guys like Hines Ward, and then you had that trio at one point, Emmanuel Sanders, Antonio Brown, and Mike Wallace. Plexico Burris was there for quite some time. I mean, he was kind of hit or miss, but then, of course, you know, the guys that I mentioned there. Marcus Wheaton was good for a couple of years. It does help that my entire life they've had Roethlisberger, and, you know, a decent quarterback will make a lot of receivers look good, but they've done well with that. Hey, Lady Legend. I didn't read the super chat. Did I miss that? Sorry about that, Dylan. Thank you so much. Here's my appreciation for you being a great guy. Well, now I feel bad for not reading that. Apologies for somehow completely missing that. And Francia, you're the best. Much love, I think. Wait, I love your vids. I love how nice you and Kyle are. So here it is, and Kyle, you're the best mod, and oh, big mail. Thank you, man. Sorry for my struggles to read that, but it is greatly appreciated. And again, sorry that excuse me, binoculars, please work. Sorry that I I guess I got caught up in my football talk and missed that. Apologies for that one. Where do you rank the Steelers' defense? I'm gonna have a difficult time trying to rank them post Bud Dupree until I see them this year. My sort of assessment of what happened to them following their 11-0 start has a lot to do with Bud Dupree's injury. They were not nearly as dominant on defense, and their offense was never that great. It was just that the defense did enough most weeks. They had a couple of games in that 11-0 start that really probably they shouldn't have won. Like Tennessee, for instance. The defense just killed them the entirety of the first half, and then they kind of came roaring back at the end because Pittsburgh's offense wasn't doing nothing. And there were a number of games like that where the defense really set them up. But as soon as Dupree got hurt, they just hadn't been the same, and I'm curious if it's going to cost them like in this upcoming season. And of course he's with the Titans now, as I just mentioned that game. Is it on Switch? I didn't know that. How did I miss that? Excuse me, Rocky, no push. I don't need it. How do I get fast money? For a long time I've said goose grinding, but they kind of don't seem to spawn correctly. Currently, I'm not exactly sure what the deal is with them, but shooting fallow deer on Te Awaroa seems to be a pretty good way. Would probably recommend that. You guys good, or just hanging out? Alright. International chat is showing out today. I like to see it. Tis a good thing. No push. Are you gonna do any night hunting this week in Call of the Wild? I wouldn't be shocked if Friday's stream is a fox hunt again, so in that case, probably. That's the thing that I wanted to talk about, Sam. What do you think's gonna happen with Rodgers? I don't know. I'm intrigued to see, because it looks like Green Bay is not gonna do nothing with him. Looks like he doesn't really want to be there. Where does that lead? Like, I don't imagine if they want to trade him, they got to do it like soon, because he's, for one, coming off the MVP season. He's gonna drive a pretty high price, I would imagine. But if they don't want to get rid of him, I don't know what they do. Cornerback acid, am I correct with that? I'm pretty sure. Is there a difference between PC and console spawns? A lot of people will say yes. I'm not super convinced of that. Haven't played on both. Like, sometimes you just get maps that are pretty dead. But, like, I've been on console Te Awaroa, and it seems like there's the same number of fallow deer and sika deer and stuff like that. If a map that has that many animals can handle the same, seemingly, like, from PC to console, I imagine every map can. You made me get the game, and now I'm grinding and hoping to get a great one. Well, best of luck with that, man. Hope you get one. I've been seeing a lot of great ones posted, so hopefully you can join that little group. Cow, it's great. What's up, Kason? Shot a guaranteed diamond. Rocky Mountain Elkin got the render bug. Yeah, that's... I'm hoping that with whatever the big update that's coming is, I'm hoping they fix that. Because it's as close to game breaking as we've had, minus like really bad crashing, probably since the Goose update, which would have been like August 2018. So that they gotta get a hold of that. Blake Bortles is the Packers QB of the future. No, no Jordan Love. Not a chance. Not gonna take a snap. Bortles frustrated me a lot. The Jags beat the Steelers twice in the 2015 season. When was Leonard Fournette a rookie? That year. They beat them like 30-9 in the regular season, and then like 42-35 or something insane like that in the playoffs. And it was just this non-stop mess of like a first down run, a second down run, third down they'd call a pass play and Bortles would tuck it and run. It would be 3rd and 7 and you'd get 8 yards. And just like over and over, it was this slow, torturous death. I didn't enjoy it. Speaking of geese, are they fixed yet? To my knowledge, they are not, unfortunately. Oh, nice, Daniel. Teoroa piebald pig grind? Now, when you say piebald, do you mean like a spotted diamond, or what are you looking for there? Speaking of such things, I'd love to do an albino feral pig grind, but I don't think I have it in me. They seem intensely rare, and they're not that fun to grind. Oh, are you bottom boy? So that was the one. I think Antonio Brown had like a stomach bug or something, and he was just going off despite that by the end of the game, but still was not enough. I guess I've taken down some of these. That one there probably doesn't need to be there. Is that? That's a waterfowl blind. In that case, I think we pretty much have this chunk to run through, and we'll have a lot of them down. I thought it was going to take longer than this, to be completely honest. I was hoping Jacksonville would beat New England that year. That was the year that New England lost to Philly? Would it be? I think so. I was hoping so as well, even though I did not care for fellas such as Jalen Ramsey on that team. Mike Tomlin doesn't get the respect he deserves. You will never hear. You will hear sounds of my water bottle hitting the desk. You will never hear a negative opinion, I guess, regarding Mike Tomlin's overall coaching from me. Like, I'm I think maybe the minority in Steeler fans at this point that think he is easily like top 5 in the league, probably. You hear a lot of like fire Tomlin and stuff, and I think there's a reasonable amount of Steeler fans that just expect Super Bowls every year, and you know what, fair enough, but I don't think you can overlook what he did with Mason Rudolph and Duck Hodges and no offense in 2019. That, like, they were on the doorstep of the playoffs and they had a couple of tough teams at the end they couldn't beat. To go 8-8 with basically no quarterback is super impressive, and he's done that kind of stuff in the past too. I remember, gosh, I think it might have been the year they ended up winning the Super Bowl against the Cardinals. He had Charlie Batch in there beating the Ravens, and the Ravens were not a pushover team. Now, Batch was a good backup quarterback, but still, like, they've done really, really well under him. Watch out, John Carlo. Boy under tree, indeed. Had to match, you know? Now Philly fans won't shut up about their Super Bowl. I mean, they're a incredibly passionate fan base. Maybe a little beyond passionate. Rabid might be a better word. But as far as I'm concerned, good for them. They lost to Tom Brady in 2001. I want to say they lost one in like the 80s to the Raiders. Is that correct? Does anybody know? It was about time they actually got one. There's not a lot of teams left that don't have one. I mean, roll out the expansion teams for now, because they're only 20 years old, which I guess is still a long time. Panthers have been in one, but minus them, you've got like the Browns, and they could just about be an expansion team. They're only 95. Since he hasn't won one, they just got to one. Lions have never. Vikings have never. They've been to like 12. Yeah, I don't know. Slowly but surely, getting closer and closer at all teams, at least, haven't been there. Exactly, Acid. If Mike Tomlin got fired, he would, before he left the building, he'd have a new job. Like, he's a really top tier coach. Does he make mistakes? Like, yeah, obviously. Sometimes he, I think, struggles with challenges. I don't think that's him. I assume that's whoever's on his staff. Like, up in the booth telling him to, yeah, let me shoot this moose with the tripod real quick. Oof. That worked well. Anyway, whoever's telling him to throw the flag, I think, might be the issue there, because I can't imagine it's just always him. But, yes, like I was saying, good coach. That's the point. As a British person, I have no clue what you're on about. We're just talking about football. It's about that time of year where it starts to become a little more relevant. Tomorrow, just to, I should say American football, I guess, too, just to really drive my point home, but tomorrow is potentially a big day in the NFL because I don't understand it exactly, but a lot of big trades will happen because somehow the hit to the salary cap is less for trades that happen on June 1st or later. So, yeah, we're going to see some stuff happen. That's why it's, I think, on my mind and others' minds. What's up, Snakehead? Thank you for the super chat. I wonder if they're going to show anything on the new DLC tomorrow. I hope so. I would love to know what we're working with. And hopefully how long we got to wait. It's got to be soon. Tomorrow we're going to be into June. June has been the release date of the first map of the year since 2019 now, and 2018 was August with Verhunga, and I think it was late because they still released one in December. So I'm pretty sure June's the date they're looking for. Since he made it to 2, I know the one against San Francisco. That was Montana's touchdown pass to John Taylor. What was the other one? I'm trying to think. I know San Francisco beat the Broncos once or twice. I don't even know. I guess that makes sense. Small Mayo. He was a small lad indeed. Can see them posting a trailer. I think they usually do a reveal first. It's been, I guess, 6 months, but long enough that I can't remember the order in which they do things. Corpse isn't wrong. Yeah, as far as, okay, let me explain the moderator thing. Maybe it can bring a little bit of light to that whole situation, because it's a common question, you like wanting to be a moderator or whatever. The, I guess, process by which I choose moderators. One is if we need them. And right now, chat is pretty well taken care of with what we have. But I consistently am watching for, and like I'll ask Kyla her opinion as well, like as she's watching the chat too, like viewers that are super active, super respectful, like people that seemingly from, you know, everything they say in chat, I'd be able to trust. And it mostly comes down to like longevity in the chat, like someone that we've seen for a long time. Because what I'm looking for is someone that watches the streams anyway, someone that's going to be there and just would be able to take care of issues that happen in chat if needed. Like I'm not looking for someone to change their schedule to make it to every stream. Like I want it to be something where they're going to be there already. So like that's why I'm looking for someone that's super active and has been for quite some time. Nice, Sam. Mike, thank you for the super chat. Shout out from Boston. Keep up the good work. I will definitely do my best. Thank you, man. Since we're out here talking about football, Boston coming up, Patriots are another interesting team, I must say. They spent like $150 million or something this offseason to get their team put together. I also saw Mac Jones wear number 50 in OTAs. Not sure what that was about. Rodgers once out of Green Bay, Julio once out of Atlanta. I think Julio ends up in New England. But I don't know about Rodgers. I'm going to say Rodgers, I think he ends up playing in Green Bay. I think he wants the fans to like him. Can I please aim my gun? Game, please. Don't do me like this. That was not the harsh shot that I was looking for. I don't think it was the long shot I was looking for. What happened there? Unless he managed to just run a little further before he started dropping. What's up, Levi? I want to know what map you can hunt grizzly. Yukon Valley will be your map for that. Twas a long shot. He just ran quite far. Biggest mountain goat. 112.1? Something like that. I think we had a 112. Pretty sure. Rogers will go to the Raiders. You know, they've been one of the teams that has been quite consistently brought up for the whole Russell Wilson thing. So, I mean, that's another quarterback. I'm sure Gruden would love to have Rogers. Okay, I got you, Dylan. Makes sense. We don't have him track often, but when he does a pretty good job of it. Can't have gotten much further. We're finding some pretty big male moose today, I must say. Excuse me. Go alert. Attentive 12 miles away, but he won't. Can you not see me? There you go. And not even remotely facing me. Well, guess we're tracking that one too. Okay, where's Rocky at? Well, it's not gonna make it that far. Guess he's up there. Do you want a Texas map? I keep talking about a Texas map. My opinion on that, if they're gonna do specifically like a Texas kind of like game ranch sort of concept, I think they should save it for further down the line when there's other species that they maybe wanted to add to some maps in the past and just like weren't able to. They could put it on a Texas exotics ranch or something like that and it would make sense. I just think they should hold on to that idea until then. Interesting looking moose. He had pretty weird antlers, I must say. Do grizzly bears hang out around water? Yeah, if you're on Yukon Valley, there's like a lot of water on the east side. Ooh. Another pretty big fellow. And yeah, east and south. I would pretty much hunt all around that water. Ooh, that's 5, isn't it? Excuse me. That's a 4. Up to 272 and diamond's 274, so that's not even a diamond 4. I really thought that, like, that's a wide boy. Couple of big moose. I guess it's his lack of brow tines that's killing him then. It's gotta be. Really want him to turn back here. I think if we do the old 22 strat. Not the best angle. Definitely not a heart shot. Hope we got a lung. Yeah, we did. Alright. Track a moose for the next 12 years, but it's fine. Big sombrero. I really thought he had the diamond rack, and he does. He just doesn't have the brow tines to extend to the point of being diamond. The contrast between what we just shot and that little fella is fantastic. I'd mount that for it. It was a good one. If he had brow tines, I bet he'd be a diamond level 4. We'll have some good moose respawns, I bet, after today. My goodness. Lots of antler. I like it. It's been quite some time since we've done much of anything but whitetail hunt out here, and there's some big males out here. Double tap's my favorite, especially, you know, with the render glitch and stuff. I'm trying to do every last bit of damage I can to these things. Stood so nice for me, he did. He was kind. It really would be in our best interest to not shoot these until we go and claim the moose, just because of render glitch issues. Have you ever thought about doing a collab with... I don't know who that is. Not sure. Did I know that channel? I was very surprised to find a moose with no brow tines could make it. Yeah, they must have... We're alerting the elk. They must have, like, extra width or something to get there. How is that? That guy looked bigger to me. I guess he's not. Alarmed. Don't spook, please. Just saw it. He went to fleeing, so... I mean, he'll go down quick. It's just we're going almost the complete opposite direction to get to the moose. We'll see how this goes. Just join what have I missed? Quite a number of good-sized level 4 antlered animals, but nothing quite to the point of diamond. What time do grizzly hang around? And you said they're at the water on the north side? East and south specifically is where I'd be looking. 3 to 7 a.m. as well for their drink time. At least this guy died in render. We'll have to see. Elk was 300. We might just be okay. I bet this guy is 264. 257. Close. He's actually a lower weight than the other one, but like 15 score higher because he didn't have lame antlers. That's one of the biggest reasons, Bottom Boy, that it's still my favorite map. You can hunt all these things where you never know if you're going to come around the corner and see like a massive moose standing there, or, you know, a huge framed elk, and then of course you have the chance of a great one, which helps, but a diamond whitetail or blacktail run around, and then you have cool little predator species like, good timing to pick up a coyote track, like those to actually go after. Not awk at all. Not in the slightest. We're gonna have to go back the other way, huh? Did that not work? Weird. Yeah, we could go that way in any other day, but I'm afraid of render glitch strugs, which we may or may not have regardless. I've never hunted my red fox, and the second lake I went to, there's a level 9, but sadly messed it up. It's easy to do, they're so tiny. They're small little creatures, it's hard to hit that, that vital hitbox. What gun do you recommend? I guess it depends on what you're going after, but the M1 is a really good choice, or even better, if you aren't after a specific animal, just the 7mm. It will do just fine. I'm gonna try to double tap this elk as well, just because we already have tracking to do. We're pretty much non-stop tracking. Oh, there's the tripod I need to get to. I need to remember that. Cool. I almost forgot. Is this Logger's Point? No, this is Patrick. Most of the maps could have been a lot better. We referring to Call of the Wild, I assume? I mean, that's natural to be the case. Mexico has no rules. 13 kills into my fox ground, I got a diamond. May I borrow your luck for like a day? Specifically your red fox luck. I'm so tired of that grind, I want to be done. Hard shot him on that follow-up, nice. So a solid 298 for him. Oh. Well, that guy didn't make it far. 342. Not too bad. Alright, and we're on the side of the water we want to be. Go and get that tripod. That one's not even been used in a really long time. I had like one whitetail zone there for 2 days. We try and ask if they can make the game cross-platform. You know, something that I found quite interesting, I guess it's maybe a wider or larger niche. Kyle and I have been playing a good bit of Second Extinction, which is a Avalanche Studios game, and they have in their roadmap getting cross-platform done. maybe their revenue's high enough, because again, every time somebody asks about this, the one thing I bring up is apparently it's quite a process to actually do, and I imagine it takes like a lot of resources. But maybe there's, must be another colored one again, maybe there's more hope for Call of the Wild getting it if Second Extinction can. I always figured there was kind of no way, but yeah, maybe we'll see it. Who knows? Oh, wait, you're live? Thought I was watching another movie? No, we're out here doing it live right now. Biohazard, thanks for the super chat, by the way. Instead of the 243, the 3030 has better stats. Opinion on that? Okay, here is the thing with the 3030. Number one is that it's quite limited on range. These ducks are driving me insane. Small. Anyway. You can hit things like out to 300, 400 meters if you properly gauge the bullet drop, but you can only zero out to 150, and I always like to be able to zero farther, because I take a lot of long shots. Even with the render bug in existence, I take a lot of like 300 meter shots, and that's just made a lot more difficult with the zero range of the 3030, so there's that. And let me look at the ammo just to make sure I'm right. 35 penetration, 4 expansion. Yeah, the expansion's the same, so as long as you can reach in and hit 1 vital anyway, you're basically doing the same damage. It's just with the 3030, if you could reach through and punch to the second lung, that's where the difference comes in. Isn't Gensbuck the only animal where a female can make diamond? Scrub hair and European hair can as well. Can I make a wood knife? Well, if you do, you should post it in art or somewhere in Discord. I think art would probably be the place to put that. We're seeing ducks for days. We shoot a decent number of them too are out here. Nothing real big so far. Of course, if we... well, hitting them's kind of key here, but I was going to say, if we continue to shoot ducks while we're out here, we'll keep getting respawns. Oh yeah, chamois as well. I forgot about that one. I like how Scarecrow says that mellow mallards and piebald mule deer and elk are not rare, but I have one piebald mule and my friend got a melanistic mallard. Yeah, they're, for some reason, just a little more common spawns than I think they ought to be. Not sure what the deal with that is, but they're not quite as common. Hey, Nordorf, what's going on, man? Long time no see. I randomly see you on Steam playing different games, but, been a while. I challenge you to hunt with the Grelk drilling only. Did I do that? I did. I was gonna do it or something. Maybe I didn't do it. I don't have, or do I? No, I don't have the ammo on me. I want to look at the classes. Because if there's a gap in the ammo classes between, I guess it would be between 2 and 4, what does the 16 gauge buckshot cover? If it's 2 to 4, then I could consider such a thing. Got that diamond blacktail at 23 yards with the 30-30? Yeah, I bet that brought it down good and quick. Probably dropped it. It's such a range. Never did buy the drilling rifle. Is it any good? The biggest issue with the drilling rifle is the 9.3, like the rifle round, is classes 5 to 9. Whereas take the 7mm or the 45-70, they're 4 to 9. So that's eliminating like all your deer, your ibex, your goats, all that stuff. This class 4, you have to shoot with buckshot, and let me tell you, buckshot in general in this game's not that good. The 16 gauge buckshot in particular is really not good. So if I were to do, if I could choose anyway, a hunt with the drilling rifle, I'd probably choose like Yukon or something where, or even, I guess her should be okay. You know, something where I'm hunting caribou or reindeer, like a class 6 animal. Yukon would be a good one because you could also shoot the wolves, but then again, it is essentially a single shot, which would make that difficult. I got you, Dylan. 2 to 4, okay. was trying to remember if it actually covered everything or not. Boy, that's a special fella. I guess that's the one we're gonna shoot because the rest are smaller. Not a fan. Can you get a gold female lion? You cannot. At least to my knowledge, is not possible. Actually, there's a decent 3 in there, but we'll shoot the weird looking one. How many diamonds? I actually don't know. What are we at? 739. It's this number minus 300 from when the codex was glitched. How did you get all your money? I played this game a lot. Let me go back to that. I have 33,000 harvests over the course of 4,277 hours. It just sort of adds up. I wonder if we can see to get a next shot in there. I think so. Not when he starts to lift his head, so unless that was a lung, which it could have been. It was. I was going to say, he's not going to go down, but we lucked out. Got in Quattro yesterday and stumbled upon a diamond red deer. Nice, dude. I guess I have a diamond. Oh yeah, I shot a diamond wildebeest when it came out, but that might be the only diamond I've ever killed with the drilling rifle. It's been quite some time. Why do you like Hunter Call of the Wild so much? I'm not sure exactly what it is. I think it's the combination of maybe the amount of things that there are to do with the game and the amount of possibilities, and the fact that you can play it a bunch of different ways, because I'll just use my own sort of playstyle here, I guess, as an example. My big thing is the trophy logic. I'm always trying to get bigger and better trophies to basically make the ultimate trophy lodge, or my idea of the ultimate trophy lodge. I know a lot of people don't care for the lodges, really. Like, some people just want to do missions, some people want to get all the achievements, some people want to get a diamond of every species and that's it. But yeah, that's what continues to drive me, is the trophy lodge and trying to make the best one I can. The crazier you act, Kylo, the more likely they are to want you out of there. I'd love to see the Alpine Ibex come to Call of the Wild. I don't find the other Ibex really that interesting. I'm with you there. They could capture the terrain and field hunting in the mountains. That's... my god. What is that? It's like you had a normal elk frame and then had like a building dropped on it and squished. Good doggo. Anyway, yeah, I've often said if they were to do Alpine Ibex, they cannot make them drink. They almost need to roam around the entire time, kind of like Ibex and Classic, because once you have their zones, then you know where they're going to be, and it's just not the same. How do you know how many hours you play? On Steam, it's at the top left of the overlay, so I can just open that up at any time and know my exact hours total. You can look on console, but I don't know how to do it. If you look it up online, they're like how to see how many hours I have in a game on Xbox or on PS4. It should tell you. I honestly kind of like that rack. You know, the fact that they're not unbelievably common, I just threw up from that elk rack, that's what that was. It makes it okay, but when that was the norm for level 3s, that's when it was real bad. Hopefully that's a lung shot. 'Twas indeed. Would love to see Alpine Ibex. Imagine, like, with these graphics, this engine, how good they could look. You know, something I've always wanted in Classic is a big albino ibex, and it's so rare. Like, I'm aware of one that's been killed, and it's on the Super Rares gallery. If you play Classic, you guys probably know what that is on the forums, or it used to be on the forums. Like, no, it's not. You entered through the forums. Anyway, point is, they look amazing, but it's so rare and unlikely. The albinos in Call of the Wild, they may be a little more common, but they look even better, and that would be really cool. We got feed zones for days up here. 85 to 100 whitetail. Coyote tracks, just looking for anything intriguing. Common whitetail. Alright. I think we've pretty well exhausted that. I don't think there's any rares. Or if there are, they're small female rares. I don't know where Rocky is. There he is. Question to the community. If you could wish for 1 or 2 new weapons out of the game, which ones would they be? There's a good question. That's a question I'm asked often, and I don't even really have a great answer to that. I want something that is good for long range. It can be 0 to 400 meters. I'm pretty sure there's an elk behind all that grass. Gonna send it. Proceeds to smoke it on the trot. I'm just using my skills acquired by trying to kill every possible red fox. I can have that grind over and done with. That is all. I actually hit him in the vertebrae the first time. It was a good thing we had that follow-up. There you go, 17-inch MR. That's a good one. I might buy one of those in real life. I was thinking about... So, groundhogs, or woodchucks, you may know them as, have been a problem on my dad's farm for a long time, and they really are like a potential dangerous pest. If you hit one of their like little burrow holes with a tractor, especially on the side of a hill, if it's in the perfect spot, it could roll you over, it can break an axle. Like, it's kind of stuff that you need to keep an eye on. So that may be something I do. It might be fun to try to film that, but I have to get a scope cam. That's the only way to make that fun. That part of the investment might take a little longer to get there. Looking at other adulting things prior to that. Had one IRL that was some of the most fun I've had shooting. My friend, we went squirrel hunting a long time ago. He has one, and he smoked a squirrel like 80 yards away, freehand as well, which was quite impressive, I must say. But my cousin had one too, and I got to shoot his a little bit. They are a lot of fun. Why are we picking up the tripods? Essentially, they're just littered around the map from the previous Great One grind, the first one we did. And as we've kind of slowly but surely gotten back into doing another grind, I can't place any more tripods because I've had the max sitting out here on this map. So we're just picking them up, and in the process we're hunting along, and so far we've shot a couple of big elk, a couple of big moose, a few decent sized blacktail, a few coyotes, lots of ducks. We're just kind of getting general respawns out here, which is always good. Groundhogs are the devil, indeed. They're rude little fellas. My dog used to take care of a lot of them. Rocky was a, well, you know, real Rocky, not Call the Wild Rocky. He was a groundhog slayer, and it was a sight to behold. It's another pretty decent buck. That's 85 to 100. Also a pretty decent buck. That was really rude. He dropped down just a little bit right as we shot. I guess we got him. Wasn't highlighted anymore. Excuse you. Making my life difficult over there, turning that way. And ducks, which for some reason flew this way. Female. All females. Anyway. I overheard there's a new whitetail map coming soon. Nothing's been confirmed as far as a new map thus far. There's been a lot of kind of, you know, guessing and... What was that word that I used in the... I wanted to sound smart, now I sound dumb. What's that called when you, like, predict? Not predicting, obviously. Well, anyway. A lot of predictions, a lot of stuff like that. There's reason to believe whitetail could be on a new map, but nothing points to that necessarily. What's up, Billiam? 22 mag will probably be my next purchase. Once I, like I said, get my current adulting things figured out and sorted. Something like that. A 22 mag, 17 HMR. Something like that would be fun. Hypothesize, speculation, that's the word. Corpse got it. I said it in my video, so I was smart at one point, but I'm dumb now. I tried. What do you think the best animal is to kill for money? Right now, fallow deer on Te Awaroa. You can just mow through them. You can kill, like, if you're really lucky with times and spawn locations, and if you shoot well, you can probably kill 30 or 40 in an hour. It's ridiculous. Oh dear. Everybody's saying speculation. Foreshadowing? There's a little bit of foreshadowing, I guess. I mean, if you're gonna stand there. We'll take it. Playing while watching you right now, just shot a white-tailed 2 points off diamond. The grind continues. Are you just specifically grinding for a diamond whitetail then? I assume that to be the case. Can you make more Te Awaroa vids? I've got one coming sometime, probably in the next week. I think that'll be the plan. Favorite map to hunt? Still Layton. Despite the fact that it was one of the first, it is, in my opinion, one of the best. Well, the best in my opinion, but you get the point. Hunting woodchucks with my 22 cal pellet gun and fell inches short of the woodchuck's head. I killed one time when I was a lot younger with a 177 cal pellet gun, and it's probably one of the things I'm still most proud of. Making a headshot on something like that. It's a small little pellet. Do you think they'll add great ones for other species? I gotta think so. Really, in my opinion, the reason that we've not seen such a thing yet is the issues they've had with the current great ones, and I just think until they get that solved, they're probably not going to do any others. Do I have a tent? Because there's these couple of tripods I want to go get. Guess we'll just go from here. Make it work. How do you know if it's a diamond before even claiming it? Certain species and score estimates can kind of help you know that sort of stuff. So for one, when I'm talking about like a potential diamond, I know the score estimate, or the score rather, that's required to make diamond. So we just shot some whitetail. I 255 point something. I don't know the decimal, but it's 255 to make diamond for whitetail. So if I spot a whitetail that has an estimate that goes up to or above 255, I know he has a chance. And even further with whitetail, level 3 is the maximum level for them. So if you see level 3 whitetail, it's got a pretty good chance at making diamond. Now, the other thing I was going to get at is certain ones like turkey. Every level 3 turkey you see will make diamond as long as you pass the harvest checks. And there's other ones like that as well. I believe European rabbit can't troll, so all level 3 European rabbits would be diamond. Level 5 female gunspuk's another one. And also with the estimates, if, go back to that whitetail, 255 is diamond for them. If you get a whitetail deer that's score estimate is like 260 to, I don't know, 300, it's definitely above that 255, so you know it'll make it. Can you make mids? No, I can't. Mids candy is great, but I can't make it. Can you make more vids on parquet? Yeah, the reason that... it's been some time, really. The reason I've not really gone back to parquet is we did so much of it right when the Bloodhounds came out and Trurak Blackbuck came out. Speaking of that, if it's a new map, there probably aren't new Truraks, but at some point here in the next couple of months, I'd expect one of the Virunga species to get new Truraks. That'll be fun. Anyway, back on topic there. I've been somewhat avoiding parquet for that reason, but it's probably about time we get back to that. What about Scarecrow? I missed something there. What's your favorite diamond? The piebald diamond whitetail that we have in the multi-mount with our great one. That was shot on a live stream on Twitch, and there's just... oh, I ran past the tripod. There's something extra special about killing it on a live stream that makes it my favorite that we've shot. If the great one doesn't count as a diamond, then it's simply that one. Okay, off to the next spot. I'm curious, how many have we picked up so far? 18. Doing pretty good. I wish I had all your knowledge about the max trophy ratings and weight and level. Well, I should say they're community made. I did not make them. I just have them kind of like hosted in my Discord because it's a place a lot of people go, and yeah, it's been like requested, I guess, that I put them there. But we have spreadsheets in my Discord that has like all that information. Everything from zone times to diamond requirements. I think even like diamond level and score requirements. You've got like the animal class info, like what weapon you should use. All that stuff's listed in some of those spreadsheets. They're really, really good. The need zones especially, like I know most need zone times, or at least the ones that I consider important. So by that I mean like drink times and stuff. But I definitely don't know all of them, and I'll even refer to those spreadsheets to get like certain rest times or feed times and stuff like that. They're a great source of information. Mr. Bumblestud, that is the best name I've read all day. I like it. Thank you so much for the super chat. If you could make one non-bug change to Call the Wild, what would it be? I would make soft points cause a greater level of bleed, for example. Instead of causing low bleeding, it increased it to medium. Yeah, I like that. Soft points have literally, at this point, because of the new scoring system, no use minus... They do actually do more damage to an individual organ that you hit, but the bleed rate would be a little better. They almost like increase the speed at which the animal goes down. It kind of, I don't know, that's weird because it kind of does that, but if they just had more damage than they already do, I think that'd be the way. I've been talking about this for a long time. I'd like to make a video where I can sort of do some fancy editing and to some degree really, you know, show what it looked like in-game. I want, instead of levels, an age class system. So if we could spot an animal right now, that would be fantastic. There's going to be something down here to spot and make my point. But when I spot a level 2 whitetail, instead, if it said, instead of level or difficulty, if it said age 4 to 6 or 3 to 5 or something like that, I think that would be so much more immersive, so much more realistic, and really, they don't actually have to get rid of the current system that determines level. All they'd have to do is figure out, like go on Google, how old do whitetail live in the wild? I believe they can get up to about 15, but in the wild it's usually 8 or 9, assuming they're not shot or whatever. So make it 9 for the sake of making this really easy. If it should be a level 1 whitetail, give me an age estimate of 1 to 3. If it should be level 2 whitetail, give me 4 to 6. If it should be level 3 whitetail, give me 7 to 9. All you're doing is multiplying whatever the level is by 3 and making it an estimate range. And then, quite honestly, they could randomize it in there. It doesn't really matter. But it would just make it so much more interesting. And it also kind of gets rid of that weird thing where, because to me, and I think to a lot of people, diamonds that aren't max level have a little less legitimate feeling to them. Like when I shoot a level 4 diamond southeastern ibex, or if I shoot a level 2 diamond whitetail, they're just, it's not quite the same. I ran past the tripod again. Got to talking. Anyway, the age system would be so much more fun in my mind. If they did the age system, would respawns work the way they do now? Like a mature buck would spawn already mature, or do they grow? Oh, I can't pick that one up. That's a different color. The issue with growing is how to handle that. Because it can't be a time-based system, or it would be abused immediately. Nobody's going to turn the game off, they're going to go to sleep, they're going to wake up to bigger deer in their game. So you'd almost have to make it a hunting-based system, and even still, it's going to be the people that have a bunch of friends. You know, you go on your multiplayer map, everybody just shoots everything, and the next day you have way more bigger stuff. I'm not quite sure how to do respawns. I think it should just be exactly as it is. Make it random, and yeah, use that little multiplication thing. Now, if it was a more in-depth age system, that'd be better. But I'm just saying, for starters, they could basically randomize the... Oh, hit him in the nose. Never mind on that one. I'm not going to try to kill that. I was going to say, they could basically randomize the age within that estimate number, and it would be fine. Lunchables, every time I see those, I think about getting them. But I think they all have gluten in them. And I'm trying to be a gluten-free lad for a little while and see if that's the cause of my struggles. Oh, nice, Matt. That sounds really good. I have not snakehead. Pierce his nose for him. I knew eventually I would do that. I don't think I've ever accidentally hit the animal that I was trying to kill with the 22 strat, but I've effectively oofed to that degree now. It's kind of a decent buck. Might as well smoke that fella. It's almost whitetail drink time, and I think the other thing we're going to do is probably wipe out a bunch of does in our herds again. What other tripods do we have? That one I kind of want left there. That one is really not much use, so we'll go and get that one too. The couple in Balmont I'm going to leave. That's about it. We got all the ones that I really wanted to get rid of, so now we got about 30 minutes to shoot some whitetail. What time is it? 11:06. We'll make it whitetail drink time then, otherwise we're only going to get 15 minutes for such things. Did you just shoot an elk with the 22? Somewhat accidentally. He now has a third nostril, is essentially what has happened over there. Nice, bottom boy. New info on respawns? Nothing that I'm aware of, at least. Killed a gold diamond, wildebeest. They're still one of my favorites. I wish, and I've said this a lot of the Virunga rares or uncommons, they can only be female, and there's some of the coolest ones. Black-brown springbok, crowned wildebeest, red warthog. The amount of grinding that I would do for a super rare, or just even a big gold, of those rares if they could be male is insane. Specifically, the crowned wildebeest. Like a crowned diamond wildebeest, especially when diamond wildebeest aren't that rare, it could just look so cool. Alright. Time change to... we got... yeah, 12:30 is fine. It's going to be longer than we have to hunt them anyway. Should do 12:12, but for the sake of getting things into their zone as soon as possible, kind of just wander around here for a minute. We'll read the super chat from Snakehead once again. I'm just asking because there's a picture of a ibex I was going to send you on Discord. Yeah, feel free. I will give that a look, but thank you for the super chat once again. I'll have to make sure that I check that out. 12 pounds. Big male. How are you and pet the dog in game? I will do that, and I'm good, man. Hope you are as well. Make sure I do the right thing. Wish I could have the amount of money you have in this game. I've spent just a couple of hours acquiring such amounts of money, but it is nice, I'll say, to be at a point where... actually, you know what? I'm not actually at a point where I don't care about my spending. I really care about my spending. I don't buy that much ammo. Like, you look, I mean, 300 rounds is a lot. I'm aware of that. But it's not like I'm just spamming thousands of rounds like I used to. And it's because I want to get the 10 million cash. And I'm $750,000 away from that. Maybe a month. Do you use the animal population scanner? I don't. Is that a new thing? That's been brought up in a lot of recent streams. To me, somebody made a pretty decent case for it. But to me, that kind of destroys a lot of the point of the game. If I know there's... like, okay, mountain goats are really sort of extreme example. But if I know there's a diamond mountain goat on my map, I'm going to kill it within 20 minutes. I can go find it really easy. And that can be said for a number of species. Any species that you know that there's a diamond of, if you set it to their drink zone, it might take you a day or two, but you're going to be able to find it. And that's not fun for me, because maybe I'm just hoping there's a diamond mountain goat on my map. Maybe I'm not looking as hard. Maybe I'm not checking every zone like I should. But if I know it's there, I'm going to be looking harder in every spot just to make sure, if that makes sense. Gifting money in the game, that would be an interesting concept. Just tossing money around. Alright, 1240. Let's go and check. So this is one spot. I think we took the tripod down and I probably should have left it, but it wasn't really in the ideal position. We had... I don't know if it was a YouTube stream or a Twitch stream. I think it must have been a YouTube stream. We killed like 10 whitetail bucks here, including actually that troll level 3 that I also messed up. After that, it's been all does. I see 2 does. We had a piebald whitetail doe here on the 12-hour stream, but that may have been multiplayer. I don't remember. Yeah, so a tripod is going to be more useful here, and I guess I'll set one back up because we're about to cause a lot of hunting pressure. You know what I should have done? I should have grabbed the M1, but it's fine. We'll make do. Crossplay would be nice. I guess you can't hear my response, but I talked about crossplay earlier, in fact. Alright, am I good enough to kill 3? 1, 2, that one's out of there. Would have been 3. Still only currently 2, but should go down pretty quick. How dare you, bottom boy. I was getting there. Out here spreading lies, and now she thinks I ignored her, and she's ignoring me. I feel betrayed. Such neglect. Why do I even bother? Wow. Me thinking having 150k is a lot? I mean, that is a lot. Mine is just spending a ton on tripods. You can pretty much do about anything you want with that. Just a girl under a tree. Looking to get a new DLC map. Which one do you think I should get? I would say... I quite like Verhunga. But what I would probably do is go and play them in multiplayer. You can play any map, even if you don't own it, in multiplayer. So I'd go to multiplayer, try out the maps that you don't own yet, and figure out which ones you like and do it that way. Oh. I guess we did drop that one. Cool. I think that's all the whitetail cleared out of this particular zone now, so hopefully bucks start to respawn back here, because like I said, we had a ton. You know what? One other doe track. I don't know where it is though, so maybe we gotta go back. We'll come back here, we'll look. Okay, next spot that needs... Oh, you know what? I was gonna say the spot needs does cleared out, but we did kill some bucks in here. Approaching 1 million on my main account, nice. Alright, we got some distance to run up here. What would you say the best way to grind XP and money is? Yeah, like Kyla said, I would do fallow deer on Te Aroa. You can just fly through levels and money and all that. What days do you stream, and what do you stream on, or just YouTube? I stream on Twitch 3 days a week, actually, and YouTube just the one day, Mondays at 3 p.m. Eastern. I don't know if somebody can do the schedule command to get all the streams up there, but I think actually the YouTube version of the schedule command doesn't include the Sunday streams. Sunday around noon we play Subnautica mostly. Sitting in a stand on settlers, expecting that 200 anytime now. I just saw, I think it was Cole, shot a like 298 non-tip on settlers, so there's some big male potential there. So yeah, we have another buck that has since spawned. I think what we'll try to do is get one buck and one doe here. This Rocky's flying across the hillside at us. Ooh, that recoil was bad. Alright, still managed. We're fine. You're not wrong, Acid. Thank you, winners. Appreciate you. What have I missed? Quite a number of pretty good size, but not quite diamond antlered creatures. We've had a pretty good whitetail buck, a number of good blacktail, 2 really big moose, and a few nice elk. Nothing quite diamond and no rares, but it's gonna be really good for respawns. And a lot of the hunting we do now is sort of grinding based. I want to take a look at that because that is one of the spots that I shot a bunch of coyotes on an evening hunt, and there should be respawns wherever it's at. But anyway, we do so much grinding and stuff now, a lot of times we end up not shooting much of anything other than the particular species we're after. So by kind of just hunting around and killing whatever we see, we do at least get more respawns to, even if we go back to grinding, while we're doing that, have more potentially interesting stuff to see. I do not see a coyote. Well, try it on that one. I don't know. Anyway, let's then check that spot in cheetah. We just set up a tripod during the stream for it, so you can see if it's good. My whitetail non-tip was like a 110. My first, I think, was 107 or 117. Back in the days when... right when they got released. It took me like a month, but the amount of craze around non-tips was insane. Hunting on Layton with a person blowing on their mic? I'd probably be attempting to mute that. Does not sound fun. I think we deleted this zone the last time we hunted whitetail. And maybe they didn't move where I'd hoped. I kind of thought they might stay in view. What do we have here? These were all does. I think I left them as all does. In which case we might be clearing out more does. Kind of thought there might be some bucks here, but no such luck. Alright, well, we'll take care of that. There's one of these lakes around this area that every time I go to it, I drop frames like crazy and walk around basically in slow motion. Do you mean the last place I was? You know, the more I think about it, the less I'm sure it's doable. I wanted to get like an original copy of Call of the Wild and get to play it, because this lake in Layton Lows was insane. If you watch, I'm pretty sure it's video number 9 when I used to number my Call of the Wild videos. So it'll be like the 9th video in my, Lord knows, 700 video playlist of Call of the Wild hunts. We went there and there's elk resting all over, there's moose, there's blacktail, whitetail. It was just unreal how many animals were there, and I just wish I understood the game. Because the amount of cool stuff we could have gotten in multiplayer from that, I can only imagine. Okay. I hope she... okay, she did. I was going to say, I hope she took another step, and she stepped right into that shot. Ooh. Not my best work there. Grass strugs. Shot over again. Alright, well, we got to. They're half wiped out. What are we hunting for? At this point, we're just kind of doing a little bit of whitetail grinding. I'm somewhat... well, we were somewhat in the process of picking up all of our old tripods from the old Great One grind and basically having them in our inventory for one. be able to place them for the new grind, and also because of the fact that I had my limit placed on Layton, I couldn't even just buy a bunch of new ones and place those. Like, I had to go and pick these up regardless, so it will be good to have them, and we'll be able to set up tripods in places they are needed. Now, let's see, we've gone to the really bad doe zones. Let's check a couple of shit out blocks. I bet there's a mod that makes it basically year 1 Call of the Wild? Like, all legacy racks and stuff? If I got a different PC, I'm sure I could do it that way. I was trying to think of the way that it would handle, because I have it on Steam, like I have the files all installed. If I did that, if I bought like a new copy of the game, are you gonna flee? No. You're gonna flee though. Got myself distracted. It's fine. If I bought a new copy and it didn't let me play on this PC, I'd be kind of disappointed. But I really wanted to do a Throwback Thursday series on Call of the Wild, but I'm just not entirely certain I can. Just a theory, but if you want higher level animals, leave the smallest ones and shoot all the other ones, basically. That was something we tested a little bit with what I called whitetail herd management, and I was never really able to see any results from that. Maybe I didn't test it enough. The one thing I will say is that in doing that, it did consistently only give me smaller respawns, but when I eventually had like all level 1s and then shot the big ones, it gave me a bunch more level 1s back, essentially. That's your problem, bottom boy, you shoot everything? See, that's what I'm doing on the fox grind. Now, it's worked for me with every other grind I've done. With musk deer, with the great one ultimately, with even the lynx grind to some degree. Shooting everything has gotten me diamonds. The fox grind, though, it's just not happening. Like, it's tough. That guy should go down in a render. That'll get us one bonus one. That's actually cool acid. Why can't I hear anyone on my headsets? That is a good question. Did we drop 2? I thought... Oh yeah. Shot one over here. Somewhere. I thought. May require doggo assistance. Favorite animal in this game? It's a tough question for me to answer because it sort of depends how you mean that. If you mean my favorite animal to hunt, I would probably say gray wolves on Yukon. If you mean my favorite animal, like, you know, model or whatever, probably mountain goat. And then, in general, I'd say my favorite animal is whitetail. Hit that guy in the head, no wonder. Because I hunt them in real life. I shot all the mid-range, then reset the time, but didn't leave the map. Then I went back and shot all the big ones, then left the map. Crazy how big the respawns were. Shot all the mid-range, then didn't reset. Okay, so when you say mid-range, you mean mid-range and smaller? Is that what you're getting at, Corpse? Because maybe that's what I ought to try with the fox. Maybe it's worth a shot. Okay, to the next lake. Getting some whitetail grinding done. I like it. Let's see. I think here has some. I don't even remember. Smaked him in the mouth. We did. Give Rocky a treat for me. Bet. I couldn't even be like, no, I can't because you can't hear me. Oh, I don't need to do that. Where you at, Rocky? From Kyla. Leave the smallest ones? Okay, just for fun then. Just so I can kind of understand your thought process on the whole idea. Let's say you were going to do a red fox grind. I know you probably wouldn't do such a thing, but What's a small red fox? Level 3, level 4, like what level should I not shoot if I see it, if I were to try this? I'm willing to try about anything, so I may do this. Just be aware, the fate of my red fox grind may be in your hands now. Okay, there was a doe that I hope came back nervously that I want to kill while I'm thinking about it. Every time I have one of your videos going and playing the game, I find a diamond. Well, hopefully that trend just continues. Sounds like a good thing to have going on. Will you be getting Hunting World? What is that? I'm unaware of what that is. I see no sign of a nervous doe. How rare is a brown diamond Cape buffalo? Not rare, kind of like uncommon. It's probably where I would class them. We'll just kind of jump around here for a minute and look at a couple of spots. Saw someone talking about an animal scanner on this chat. It's some kind of mod, or I don't think hack is the right word necessarily, but I don't know where you get it. I guess it tells you, like, I'm not sure if it's rares or diamonds. It sort of just looks at your population and tells you what's on your map. In my opinion, it sort of ruins the fun, but that's just me. It's kind of a decent bear, actually. Maybe we'll kill that. With the tripod, yep. It's the way. You want to turn back this way? Or walk into a tree? Get it figured out. Should bring him down. What's a super rare? I'm looking and reading. Albino diamond Sika deer? That's insanely rare, yeah. That indeed would be a super rare. There's another max weight moose track. They've treated us pretty well today. Maybe we ought to give that a look. I see a moose. What are the odds? Hiding back there. That ain't it. Okay. I don't even see another track. It would be done drinking by now, that's for sure. That might be one for another day. I don't know what direction it went, but certainly not the way that track's making it look. I feel like the population is based on an average, so by shooting all the mid-range animals and then big ones, you're ultimately forcing the animals to respawn bigger by leaving the small ones. Yeah, that was kind of the idea behind the herd management when we had kind of tested that back in the day, but yeah, like I said, maybe I didn't do enough testing. I did it with whitetail, and I had it to a point where I had nothing but like spike level 1s, and then one big level 2 in most herds. I shot all my 2s and mostly got 1s back. Hey TK, what's going on, man? We're out here discussing all the strats. I was debating getting the 750 meter mod until the render glitch is fixed. I wonder if that would actually, I guess that would solve the render glitch, I don't even know. Depends on how the game treats that, really. Where else would whitetail be? I guess we haven't checked Renaki yet, it's probably a place to look. What's up, Bardown? You have to follow the rules of the management perfectly? Maybe I did it incorrectly then. Yeah, I mean, it might be worth trying with the red fox, because if that is the case, and if it does base populations and respawns off an average, by shooting everything, eventually you'll luck into a good average and get your big male spawn. That's why I always figured like that was worth doing, because just by pure statistics, at some point, you're going to get the average you need to get a diamond to spawn, if it works that way. But not knowing, I've always just figured if I kill them all, then I'm sort of working on both. Chilling and killing, stratting and patting, we're patting the dog. See? He's a good boy. Giving him treats and everything. Good lad. TJ, thank you for the super chat. While watching the stream, I've shot 5 diamonds. Having a pretty good evening, it sounds like. Nice, man. Did I miss anything cool? Nothing real special. Couple of big moose, couple of big elk. We're kind of shooting some whitetail now. We'll probably make it to like 2 or 3 more herds if we're lucky. Then we'll be wrapping up here. Patting the dog, freaking genius. I tried, dude, you know. I think I know what you're referring to, Matt. Oh. Yeah, with the render bug thing. His solution will work sometimes. It's just far from foolproof because some animals can run faster than you can. It also depends, because there's some places animals just simply don't run directly away. Sometimes they run at you, sometimes they run kind of laterally. Depends on the gun you use and how far they're going to go based on that. Like, it can help. It's just not the, you know, be all end all solution. Nearly at 10 million credits, we are slowly making our way there. I don't know what I'm going to do at that point. Since about 3 million, which really wasn't that long ago, which sort of makes me realize I probably need to find something else to do in my spare time. But anyway, I've kind of started to be like a little more careful with my in-game spending to just try to see how far I could push my in-game currency. And yeah, less than 750k away from 10 mil. Shall be interesting. Is it clutch time? It might just be. Clutch time. Oh. I see you. How do I make my game update? The kennel button doesn't show up for me in the cache, and I'm on PC. Do you have the DLC? That might be your issue. I don't think the kennel shows up unless you have purchased the DLC. If you're on PC, and if you have it through Steam, it should update automatically. Okay, somewhere... I might have the tent still. Yeah, somewhere like right there should be a whitetail zone, and I see no such thing. Now, I killed a couple of the bucks before the stream, but I most certainly did not kill the does that should still be there. What have we got in the stream? Quite a lot of really nice gold, but that's been about it. Nothing super special. I just thought of where we need to go before we're done. We gotta get into this area. We had a really good whitetail zone there. We've had a number of good whitetail zones that seem to not produce as many bucks currently, but still we better check. Quick question, where do you find your screenshots from the game camera? If you're on PC, they're in your Steam screenshots. Accessing that through your files is far from simple and easy. But if you look it up, like where are my Steam screenshots, on Google it'll tell you the direct file path. Autocorrect level 100? I love it. Alright. I don't see any whitetail here. Let's go to the place where we killed our most recent diamond then. See what's going on there. Do you know the max money you can get before it stops? It's hard to say because I've seen stuff that's been, call it earned, illegitimately. If that means anything, because it's just a label. Like, I've seen billions, but that's people that have used some kind of money mod or whatever. I don't know if it stops at, like, say, it might, I think I've seen over 10 million legit, but it could stop at 9,999,999. You never know. I don't think a lot of people have gotten this high in in-game monies, so maybe one day we'll get to the point we can find out. Favorite gun to use? Speaking of favorite gun to use, I keep meaning to grab the M1 and failing to do so, so at this point we're stuck with the 303, but the M1 would be my favorite. And Red Dog Silver Ridge PX for sure is the best for the Black Bear. Top 3 maps, go! Okay, for me, Layton Virunga, that's my 1 and 2 easy. SRP probably is number 3, Silver Ridge Peaks. I like Te Awaroa, I like Parquet, but the elk do a lot. The mule deer, since they've gotten true axe, they're quite good. And yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of Pronghorn and Mountain Goat as well, so I think that's my 3rd. Later Legend. That's hard for me to say. That was a lot of L's. Alliteration for the win. My goodness. Amazed I didn't just have a heart attack trying to say that. Getting a gaming desk tomorrow? Nice. I forget. Oh, mine's... OP Seat is the brand. It was way overpriced, but I do like it. Nice to have some of the little features that are specific to gaming. Yukon not good? For what? It's a good map. I like it. No one likes Hirschfelden. I don't like Hirschfelden. It was kind to us this past week. We got the Albino fallow, but I like maps that don't suck the joy out of everything. Best rifle for Puma. I mean, again, the M1's going to be good. The 303 or the 7mm is going to take him down the quickest, but yeah, the M1, because of its quick follow-up shot, is nice. Sherman, thank you for the super chat. I used your feeding zones video on Cape Buffalo earlier. You sure weren't lying. Is there a way to make them go aggressive? There's no surefire way. Just running towards them will often get a bunch of them to go aggressive, but it's never a guarantee if they will or which ones will go aggressive. The map is beautiful, but the animal pop is tough on Hirsch. I think it's not only the population, like, it's not as bad as it seems. It's the location that animals spend all their time. Like, you have all these, like, beautiful fields to spend time in. You've got some really nice lakes, but in my experience, they tend to congregate in the thick forest and along the rivers, which is super thick. Every other map, animals mostly kind of hang out in the open, which... is that realistic? Not necessarily, but it certainly is nice for a hunted game in which you would like to see a lot of animals. Kyla, that... please. Yes, bottom boys on it. T-shirt. Material. I love it. I don't even know if you can hear me, but I'm gonna, just in case you can't hear me, I'm gonna make sure that you know that I like that. That has to be a shirt. There we go. I don't know where that came from, but it's great. Did somebody mention a glitch? Surely. What loadout to use on Layton? Generally I run 300 M1 243 22. Today, because I'm carrying tripods, I just have the 303 243 and 22, but basically gets the job done. Everybody's going live. It's a good day to stream in general. It's just like smart. I stream every Monday, so it doesn't make much difference, but on a day when so many people are off, it's just kind of like a smart business decision, let's call it. Can you start shooting geese again? They are seemingly bugged. Their population is really low. I don't know if they're not respawning or what's actually happening, but that's the reason that I've not hunted them in quite some time. I just remembered the zone for these is like in these trees right in front of us, so we may boot them out of here, but that's fine. Just bursted out laughing with, wait, with what response? I don't even know what I said. 400 legs and I used the muzzleloader? Do I? Do I even have time for such things? We're at the 2-hour mark. I can't even hit a rabbit. It's a bigger one. Got that one. And don't know what's wrong with them. I don't see a single whitetail. And again, I know we shot a buck in here, but we didn't kill the does. That's a little bit alarming, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what the deal with that is. It could be that they're just a little bit... Ooh, that was a good one too. They might just be like a little bit off from where they usually are. 2 golds. But I don't really see him, and that's not my favorite. The fix for geese and ducks is coming soon, I hope. I hope as well. There's a whitetail track. A couple of does. All does. Huh. Well, good to know. It seems like we certainly have a bunch of doe clearing yet to do. We've been working on that here and there, and we got some done today, but more to do for sure. But we are at 5 o'clock, and yet another gold, all around 5, go figure. Those of you that were here at the beginning of the stream may have heard me say, I am still, as the final couple of hours of turkey season here in PA wind down, I'm still on the search for turkey to fill my tag, so I'm actually going to head out here this evening, try to get it done. If I don't, that's it. I will say I think this week's video is going to be interesting nonetheless, but if we could, you know, cap it off with a turkey, that'd be great. So I'm going to head out. Hopefully everyone has a good evening. Hopefully you guys are getting to enjoy days off or whatever you got going on. And yeah, as always, thank you so much for hanging out. Thanks for watching. By the way, the May montage is out today. Just dropped right now if you guys want to see basically the best diamonds and rares from the month of May. Like I said, that montage is out. It's here on the channel. You can watch it right now. Feel free. Once again, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. And I will see you in tomorrow's video. Bye!